Hi everyone, how are we today? Just doing an all signs reading today. We are going to be looking at your true power. Okay, so this is going to be a very interesting reading. Lots of interesting messages I am expecting to come on out for you. How you can sort of find your true power, embrace your true power. What even is your true power? We'll see what wants to come out for your sign. Okay. Sorry, there was no weekly readings. As I did let everyone know, I am traveling. So, had some stuff going on, taking a lot of time out with family this past week. So thank you for your patience, guys. But getting back into it for you now, we will be doing a shadow work reading this following week as well on the 23rd. So keep an eye out for that one. But today, other than, subscribing, show your support, guys. Make sure you do leave a comment so you can go in the draw for a free personal reading as well. But today I'm going to be using, I've got a guide for the advanced soul, the book of insights there, a bunch of quotes and that sort of stuff to sort of start each sign off. I am using the Power of Love oracle there, as well as the Art Nouveau Lenormand. All right, so getting into it for you, as always, I will be taking timestamps. So starting us off with Aries today. So Aries, your insight, Aries' true power. What does Aries need to know about their true power? If one desires a change, one must be that change before that change can take place. Gita Bellin, that is by. So if you want change, you must be that change, live that change, make room in your life for that change to occur, for your life to be changed. And then it will sort of start to flow into place for you there, Aries. Okay, so we'll have a look with the oracle. Aries. What does Aries need to know about their power? What is Aries' true power? How can Aries find their power? Friendliness. Okay, so there may be the need to open yourself up a little bit to others at this time. Being very forthright, friendly with people. It's not always the easiest thing to do, right? You're able to recognize traits in common with another in order to forge love-based connections. So it's all about finding that common ground with people around you. Sometimes the common ground is that there is no common ground, but having that friendly exterior that you're ready to embrace any common ground between you and new people that you're meeting, being open and honest, like I said, be willing to embrace change. Okay, Aries. What does Aries need to know about their true power? How can Aries embrace their true power? Okay, so Aries, we are seeing the rider. Okay, so, making quick decisions to, share your good news with people, share your life story with people, sharing, being open and honest, that friendliness energy, once again, being able to, show people, look, I've survived these battles. This is what I've been through. This is who I am. And, sharing your life and your story with other people. Okay. You do definitely have the communication there, conversations, embracing conversations, once again, bringing forth that friendliness, bringing forth, stories of how you relate to that person, finding that common ground and explaining, oh, yeah, I see that you do this and this, I do this and this, finding that common ground to relate to others. Once again, we see the change coming through here with the scythe energy. Okay, so the scythe is all about, making those quick decisions and embracing changes and making, change in your life, breaking yourself free from energy that's not serving you and moving towards change. Once again, be that change, Aries. I do also have the garden Okay, so meetings and meeting up with people, meeting people halfway. So for you, Aries, it seems to be all about opening up to, being a little bit more sociable, meeting up with other people, spending time with other people. That friendliness factor is a change that seems to be necessary for you, and that's where you're able to sort of embrace your true power here is by opening up to others. And I really keep getting this same phrasing that sharing your story with other people seems to be at the forefront for you here, Aries. So that's what we have for you, Aries. You're more than welcome to check your other placements. Do leave a comment so you can go in the draw for that free personal reading as well. And we'll move on over to our Taurus. Okay, Taurus. Taurus, what is Taurus's true power? How can Taurus embrace their true power? I almost forgot to get a quote for you. I just had that same card for Aries. Okay, so we'll get a quote for you. I almost forgot about that, Taurus. Okay, Taurus. Taurus's true power, please. Taurus's true power. Be at peace and see a clear pattern and plan running through all your lives. Nothing is by chance. That's by Eileen Caddy, Footprints on the Path. So being still and calm and looking at the patterns and plan the greater plan for your life. It does say for your lives, all your lives here. So nothing is by chance, Taurus. So for some of you, I am getting this energy of some sort of past life regression being important to you, for you to, see the patterns that you've created in this lifetime and where they've actually come through in other lifetimes that you may have lived. For those of you that aren't really into the past life sort of reincarnation type stuff, looking back at your past and looking at the patterns that you've seen in your life and taking a step back and looking at the greater plan of your life, so to speak. What if there was a plan that had been written out? Do you feel like you're following that plan, Taurus? Is everything exactly how it is supposed to be? Okay, we do also have the friendliness card here. We did just see that for Aries as well. So some of you may be on the cusp. You may want to check the Aries sign as well. It does say you're able to recognize traits in common with another in order to forge love-based connections. So being very open to other people and trying to find that kind of middle ground between yourself and others as well, Taurus. Taurus, how can Taurus embrace their true power? How can Taurus find their true power? What is Taurus's true power? What do they need to know? Here we go. Pardon me. So we do have the garden here, Taurus. So meeting other people halfway. That really is all about that friendliness card once again. So recognizing what traits you have in common with other people and using that to sort of meet them halfway. Be a little bit more compromising with the people around you, especially social groups. This is a very social card. So, when you're out and about, understanding that someone may have a completely different life to you, but at the end of it all, we're all just human, so even if that is the only thing you have in common with that person, that's still one thing, right? But it's all about spending time being sociable and being open and to be sociable and get out and about and spend time even just observing other people as well, but in a very sort of friendly manner, opening your heart to accept other people around you, even if you don't even know them, just being open to, I'm kind of getting this in a sea of faces imagery here, where it's like you're sitting there and you may be surrounded by, 1,000 people that you don't know, but recognizing that, you don't know these people. You don't know their stories. You don't know their lives. You and the person, right near you may have a lot more in common than it appears on the surface here. And so, really being able to be friendly and open to that in a very loving kind of way here. We also have the Stork coming through. It is coming through with the child as well here, Taurus. So I'm kind of getting for you, Taurus, that you may have some sort of power here to do with pregnancies and new life. Because the stork is the card of pregnancy and stirring up new energy. And then we see the child as well, which is, where that is birthed out into the world, that brand new adventure starting for people. But I feel like this is, people around you. You may be sort of seen as a good luck charm kind of energy that, if you are talking to somebody and they express that they want to get pregnant, it's like, Taurus, you put your hand on. I'm seeing you put your hand on their hand, and next thing you know, they come back to you a few weeks later and go, "Guess what? I'm pregnant." So it's like you have this luck around you where, if someone talks to you about wanting to fall pregnant or be a mother, have a child in their life, it seems to be you're like someone's good luck here, or like a lot of people. So you maybe already are noticing, Taurus, that a lot of people around you do seem to just sort of get pregnant a lot. There may just seem to be like a lot of people that are pregnant around you, because I'm not feeling that that's so much you. But I feel like this is like, and it's playing out, even if it's not actual pregnancy, it's kind of like, there's something about you, Taurus, where you inspire people to, embrace new things, and, they come up with new ideas, and they get ready to, have new beginnings in their life. You stir something up within these people to really sort of look at things in a much more playful, adventurous type of manner, and to really embrace the new. So I feel like for a lot of you, this is part of your power, that you somehow seem to inspire others in a very playful, fun kind of way. For some of you, you may be inspiring people to, stir up feelings within themselves that are coming from their own childhood. So, access their inner child. You may be even able to access inner child energy quite easily here, Taurus. I've not really worked with that energy, to be honest, like in that sort of a sense. So I can't really give you much guidance on that. But I really feel like there's a Taurus out here who, doing some sort of training to do with the spiritual side of helping people deal with their inner child, or I'm hearing the death doula kind of thing as well, but for babies, like that you're able to actually really help people through miscarriage and stillbirths and that sort of thing, in that sort of sense, that you may be actually somebody who's really able to facilitate those types of things. I am just getting this message about the death doula. So if you don't know what that is, it's like, look it up, guys. It's a deep subject there. But it is a very sort of spiritual connection thing as well. Very interesting, Taurus. Let me know in the comments what that means to you. Do you have a lot of children around you already? Do you have a lot of people around you that are falling pregnant, or, you notice people after you have a meeting with somebody, and after you are talking to somebody, and even if you're just meeting up for a chat and a coffee, do you notice that they seem to, be much more playful and free-spirited, and open to the new energy in their lives? It seems to be something connected to that, Taurus. I feel like it's slightly different for all of you here. For some of you, you may even work in a field where, you are dealing with birth. as well. I just keep getting the birth kind of energy as well. You're inspiring birth and rebirth in others, which is a really good thing, because we all need to be reborn every now and then. Okay, but you're more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. Leave a comment and let me know how that resonated for your personal situation, and you'll also go in the draw for that free personal reading as well. But we'll move on over to Gemini. Okay, Gemini. Starting off with a quotation for you, Gemini. The fastest way to freedom is to feel your feelings. That's a quote by Gita Bellin. The fastest way to freedom is to feel your feelings. Is somebody out there trying to avoid their emotions, Gemini? Opening up to your feelings, your true feelings, and expressing those to yourself and dealing with those is going to give you a sensation of, oh, I can actually release that emotion as well. I feel like it's the freedom is the releasing of the emotions, dealing with the emotions, and then being able to release them. I feel as though this is talking about your power is in. I'm kind of feeling that for a lot of you, it's this energy of, in the past, you have pent up a lot of emotion. You have held it in, and you're actually starting to really realize that your true power lays in not holding all those feelings in, but actually opening up to them and expressing them, and that actually finds this freedom for you in being able to release them. In different ways and whatnot as well. So some of you needing to express them just openly to the people around you, but others, even just to yourself. Okay, opening up to your feelings so that you can release them. I feel like it's a new way of doing things for you, but you're finding a lot of power for yourself in it. Okay, Gemini. What does Gemini need to know about their power? How does Gemini embrace their power, find their power? Trust. It's a hard one. Trust. We all have trust issues, right? You have a strong connection to your soul's loving voice and have faith in your intuition. Okay, so, there's a reason we need to feel our feelings and trust in what you're feeling, because it's helping guide your intuition, and you do have a very strong connection with your soul's voice here. So trust it, Gemini. Okay, Gemini. What does Gemini need to know about their power? How can Gemini embrace their power? Yeah, so once again, we're going back to the emotional stuff here. We have the whip followed by the mountain and then the moon. Okay, so the moon is where the emotions are. And that's also, it does have a strong note of following your intuition, having faith in your intuition as well. And once again, your emotions and your intuition are very, very closely linked. Okay, so it's kind of like you've got this inner conflict. You've been punishing yourself in the past and seeing emotion as an obstacle, as something that, you have to fight to climb over these emotions, which you're realizing that you don't have to fight. It doesn't have to be a fight anymore. It doesn't have to be an obstacle for you here, Gemini, that you're willing to put in a little bit of hard work and perseverance. You're determined to, face these emotions and deal with these emotions so that you can release those emotions. And once again, that's where the freedom comes for you here. So I really feel that your true power at the moment, Gemini, is all about, embracing your emotions and understanding your emotions and growing your emotions in a different kind of way, the way that you're dealing with them. And you find a lot of power in being able to do that, because it really strengthens your intuition. I'm just getting this energy of, once you actually start, stop fighting your emotions and just start listening to them, it's going to lead you places that you never thought that it would lead you. Like you are really going to, be intuitively led somewhere here. And it's going to come off the back of, you being more emotionally open with yourself here. Okay, so that's what we have for you, Gemini. You are more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. Do leave a comment and let me know how that resonated for your personal situation. You will also go in the draw for that free personal reading. But for now, moving on to Cancer. Okay, Cancer, starting off with your quotation. My life is a performance for which I was never given any chance to rehearse. Ashley Brilliant, Potshots number 1318. Your life is a performance for which you were never given a chance to rehearse. No take backs, Cancer, is what I'm kind of getting here. That it's like end scene. You can't go back and change the dialogue. You can't go back and change the way that act in your life happened. You feel as though you're playing a role that you don't have any clear guidance onto how to even play this role. It's coming through with a fair bit of confusion here. But it's like you can always close the curtain and come back when you're ready. You can always... Oh, there's something right on the edge there. This is where your power lays in just performing your absolute best. Even if you don't know the words, you don't know the role that you're even playing, you don't know whether you're the good guy or the bad guy in this story, just get out there and, show the world what you're made of, Cancer. Act like you've never acted before, but, put on the best performance of your life. And, it will be your life. There was no chance to practice, no chance to rehearse. You got to take it as it comes. Roll with the punches. Cancer. How can Cancer embrace their power? Finding the power for Cancer. Cancer's true power, please. Respect. R-E-S-P-C-T. So sorry. You value everyone's unique perspective on the path to love. So there's this inkling coming through here, Cancer, that you may not understand your role. You don't know the work. You don't have a script. You're not able to rehearse and practice what you need to say. But do you know what? Neither can anyone else. Respect that everyone else is also in the same boat. Everyone else, even though, other people may be putting on a really great show and they act like they've got it all sorted. They've been reading that script for weeks and they know exactly what to say. They're just as in the dark as you are, Cancer. Understanding that, other people's perspective and respecting that, we all started from nothing. Some people are just doing a better job at faking it than others. I really feel as though this is, where you're... Because it does feel as though you're a little bit out of touch with your true power here. That, you may have been looking around at others and wondering why everyone else seems like they've got it so together compared to you. But what you're not realizing is that someone else's unique perspective, they may be looking at you and wondering, oh, how does Cancer have everything so well organized in their life? How do they seem to know what's happening? They're acting the perfect role, and everything they say is perfect. And it's like, that's their perspective. Your perspective is yours and yours alone. And we're not going to lie. Some people were given a bit more of an indication of, some people, they were born into a lifestyle where they kind of, they know what the set is. They know what the role is. Some people were already told what role they're playing, whereas others of us were really just thrust on in without any idea of whether it was a comedy or a drama or a tragedy, so whereas it does seem as though other people have been given a bit of a, some clues here and there. So respecting that everybody else has a very unique perspective, and in that same token, so do you. Your perspective is just as unique and just as beautiful as other people's. Just because they may seem like they've got it all doesn't mean that they really do. Okay, Cancer. I'm just sort of getting this energy that some of you are feeling as though you're just not, you're comparing yourselves to others a little bit too much here, and not respecting that you are just as unique and beautiful as the person you're looking at, going, oh, that person is so unique and beautiful. Like, but they, I feel for a lot of you, other people are looking at you like that and wondering, where did you get the script from? Because I didn't get it. So it's kind of knowing that, whatever you're feeling, there's someone else out there that feels that too. Okay, Cancer. Cancer's true power, please. How can Cancer embrace their true power? Firstly, we have the coffin and the mountain here, Cancer. Okay, so the coffin is all about death and rebirth, embracing the new beginnings coming through for you here. You have this strong power in being able to, say, look, that's not really working for me. I'm going to, I'm going to say goodbye to that and let that go. I'm going to end that, close that off out of my life and move on to something new. So you have a lot of power in being able to, end things in order to create new beginnings for yourself, break free from your past here. You have a lot of strength and power in being able to do that. You also have the mountain. Okay, so that's very interesting here, Cancer, because it does sort of show us that you have the potential to overcome adversity. All right, the mountain is a card of challenges, struggles, that climbing that mountain, it's quite a hard thing. But even as we're talking about, with that initial quote where we were comparing to a play, if we're comparing to a mountain, you may not have had the script for the performance of life, but someone definitely has handed you some hiking gear. Okay, so you have actually become more adept at overcoming things and facing adversity than other people. So you actually have this ability to be able to overcome things in a lot, like in a much clearer way than other people can. Especially with that coffin supporting that energy as well, that, if you're kind of going, do you know what, if if this is too much of a struggle, I can see straight away it's not a mountain I'm going to be able to climb. I'm going to close the lid on that and move on to the next thing. Okay, and for a lot of you, Cancer, you probably have faced quite a lot of adversity in your life, and you being through it all before, it makes you more able, and it still hurts and it still sucks, but it does make you more capable of facing adversity in the future. You're kind of like, if I managed to get through all that in the past, I know I can face anything that life throws my way. So if we're up here on stage and you're throwing random things at me, I'll catch as many as I can. I'll try, I'll give it a shot, and I'll try to, go, the show must go on kind of energy here, that you are very capable of actually overcoming adversities. You may be more capable than, especially when we had that energy of you sort of comparing yourself to others here as well. You may be more capable than you give yourself credit for here, Cancer, because we do see the bear energy for you as well. So you have this inner strength and power that a lot of people don't have. If you look around the world and see that, in the amount of obstacles that you've overcome, if you put somebody else in your shoes, could they have done it? Probably not. You have this inner strength guiding you and nurturing you through these mountains that you're climbing. It's like the hiking gear. You were handed some hiking gear, and so everyone's standing at the bottom of this mountain, and you already have a leg up because you have, you know, the little pickaxe thing where you can like drag yourself up a little bit higher than everyone else can, and they're just sort of struggling. You know, so you already have this protective strength within yourself, where you know how to protect yourself, you know what's best for you, you know how to put up boundaries around things that make you uncomfortable, you know how to put up boundaries about you know, adversity as well, and these challenges. You kind of know, that's not a challenge I'm willing to face. I'm going to close the lid on that, say goodbye to that, move towards something new, find that new beginning instead of that. I'll close that out, find the new beginning. So you are more adept than you give yourself credit for here, Cancer, and a lot of inner strength coming through with that as well. Okay, you're more than welcome to check your other placements. Leave a comment so you can go in the draw for that free personal reading as well. Just going to pause for a drink and then we'll move on to Leo. Okay, Leo, starting off with your quote. You should always be aware that your head creates your world. That's by Ken Keyes Jr. from the Handbook to Higher Consciousness. So being aware that, you know, what's going on in your head creates your world. This is all about manifesting, Leo. So it's all about, you know, what if you're in a positive mindset, you attract positive things. If you're in a negative mindset, you attract negative things. If you think you can do something, then, well, you know, what's stopping you? You know, really adjusting the way that you're thinking about things so that, you know, you can create your own reality from the way that you're thinking. You know, if you keep telling yourself continually, I can't do this, I can't do this, then, you know, you're making it even harder on yourself, and it's less likely that you will be able to do that. Okay, whereas positive reinforcement works wonders, even with self. Okay, so manifesting in a positive way for yourself here, Leo, and you know, positive affirmations, really having the strength to create from your own mindset here. Okay, Leo, your true power. How can Leo embrace their true power? The past. Through the power of love, you release any stagnant situations or energy in order to transform your heart space. Okay, so once again, it's that that manifesting that this, I don't want this. I've had this in the past. I don't want this again. You know, using past experiences to guide you to where you want to go and to help you manifest. You know, this happened in XYZ fashion last time in the past. This time I want it to happen, you know, ZYX fashion, and embracing that, and you will sort of see that you can change your own past in the way that it affects your future is kind of what's coming through there. Okay, Leo. How can Leo embrace their power? How can Leo find their true power? What do they need to know about their power? Okay. Pretty much what we've just gone over here, Leo. We do have the crossroad first and foremost. So, you know, it's your choice. The path that you take in this life, it's up to you. If you choose to walk along that path of light and love, you will, you know, find light and love. If you choose to see that road as a, you know, a dark, mysterious road full of potholes and detours, then that's what you will find. You create your own destiny here. Your choices and your decisions of what path you're willing to take here. You manifest what's at the end of that road by the road that you choose to walk. Is kind of what's coming through there. We do have the clouds as well, so it shows us that, you know, it's coming through in the way that you think about things, the you know, the way that you allow negative thought to take over you. The clouds really clouds your judgment, and leaves you in confusion and anxiety and overthinking energy, if you allow it. But every cloud has a silver lining, and it's asking you to remember the silver lining and look for the silver linings here, to remove the cloud cover, to stop yourself getting so wrapped up in your own thoughts here. To you have this power of manifestation. Once again, the power of your own thoughts. Your thoughts are under your own control here. That if you choose to think negative, that's where you're going to go. If you choose to think positive, the same applies. Okay. We do see the stork as well. So the stork does show us that the way that you think about things, the more that you manifest, the way that you're thinking here, you can really stir up that energy one way or another. If you choose to, I'm only going to think about, embracing new things in my life, that's what you're going to stir up here. That's that idea generation card where, you think it happens. That's kind of what it's sort of saying, is the more that you think about that one thing, the more that you are manifesting that energy, as you're stirring up the energy to bring you that. If you're telling yourself something bad is going to happen, guess what happens? You've manifested something bad happening. Okay, so it's really important for you here, Leo, to embrace that power within yourself, and make sure you are constantly, self-check-in yourself to make sure that you are coming from a positive mindset rather than a negative one, because you really have this power of manifesting whatever it is that, whatever way of thinking that you have, that's what you're manifesting into your life. Okay, so it is coming through relatively straightforward there, Leo, that it's the power of your own thoughts. You are in control of what wants to come into your life through the way that you're thinking about what you're allowing into your life. Okay, but you are more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. Leave a comment and let me know if that resonated. We will also go in the draw for that free personal reading as well. But we'll move on to Virgo. Okay, Virgo, starting off with your quotation. Virgo, where does Virgo's power come from? Experience is determined by yourself, not the circumstances of your life. That's by Gita Bellin. So that does have a strong resonancy with what we just saw for Leo. So, if you are on the cusp or you do have strong Leo placements, you may want to check that one as well, because it's all about, manifesting what you want in your life. Your experience of this lifetime, it's determined by you and what you manifest for yourself, and how you deal with things, how you release and let go from the things that you don't want in your life, and how you move yourself towards the things that you do want in your life. So you're not, and I'm also getting here, Virgo, I am getting a little bit of the victim consciousness stuff coming through a little bit there, which is like, the more that you tell yourself you're a victim of circumstance, the more that becomes the truth. That does not define you. You're not a victim of circumstance. You're a survivor of that circumstance. Okay, so choosing how you experience that, and choosing what you use, the circumstances, and choosing how you use those circumstances to further your experience, as a human within the world or whatever, it's really going to be affecting you here. So you have this power of being able to, change your circumstances through the way that you're experiencing things. Okay, but we'll go into the other cards for you here, Virgo. Virgo, what is Virgo's true power? How can Virgo embrace their true power? Okay, we have responsibility. You are aware of the power of your thoughts and the amount of love that you express. So, that one even has the word, you are like the power. You are aware of the power of your thoughts and the way that you think about things, the way that you express love, the way that you experience life and love and everything in between, okay? You really have a lot of power with the way that you interact with the world, the way that you experience the world here. So, I'm getting that, is it Spider-Man? With great power comes great responsibility. So that's what that card is all about. With great power comes great responsibility. Okay, Virgo, what is Virgo's true powers? How can Virgo embrace their power? Okay, so we have the fish, followed by the key, as well as the rider. Okay, so what that says to me here, especially with those first two cards, the fish and the key, they both talk about like we've got the card of abundance here, and then we've got the card of success. So with great power comes great responsibility here. So you really, I feel for a lot of you, your power is your ability to create more abundance for yourself, a greater wealth. A wealth of understanding, a wealth of love, a wealth of money in your life. You have this abundance to you that you once you start creating, you just create here, and the more that you experience from a place of I have everything I need and I can have more, you are going to get more. Okay, so the key is all about opening yourself up to being abundant and being wealthy, and experiencing that, and then walking on through that door. Success surely will come for you there. So really, you have a lot of power in especially I'm getting here, Virgo, that a lot of you have a lot more power in your ability to focus on money and work and things like that as well, than other people may be able to. So you do have a lot of strength in that area. We also see the rider there as well, which is, you sort of getting up on your horse and moving on into life, just getting on with things. I feel for a lot of you here, it's it is the card that the bearer of good news. So you're able to sort of, share that success with the people that you love and express, these are my experiences of, and this is how I, create more abundance for myself, whether that abundance is, time, love, energy, or money. You share that with the people that you love. You're happy to, pass on the good news of this is how I have created abundance in my life, and this is how I just sort of get on with it. I'm kind of getting a very, I'm very responsible, Virgo, and I just get on with it and I get things done one way or another, and it works for you. It's that power of your thoughts once again coming through strong there, Virgo. You're more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. Leave a comment and you will go in the draw for that free personal reading. But we'll move on to Libra. Okay, Libra, I'll start off with your quotation. Libra. What we are today comes from our thoughts of yesterday, and our present thoughts build our life of tomorrow. Our life is the creation of our mind. Okay, so Leo and Virgo have had very similar messages as well. So if you're on the cusp of Virgo, or you have some strong Virgo or Leo placements, you may want to check those placements as well. But this is all about, knowing that you can manifest your future. You can, that what you are now, that is coming from, what you desired to be yesterday, and so on and so forth throughout time here. And that, if you really want to have something in your life, you need to start embracing that now and manifesting that now, that you are, always sort of thinking about the future. I feel for a lot of you here, Libra, that, it's you're embracing the present in order to move toward the future. And it seems like a strong power of yours to be able to work out how to get to where you want to be. But we'll have a look here. Libra's true power How can Libra embrace their true power, please? Empathy. You feel and understand the emotions of another in the service of love. So, you may, some of you may actually be empaths, but you have this thing where you're able to understand the people around you and how people are going to react to certain things, especially their emotions. You seem to be very connected to people's emotions and know when somebody needs your help, and that you are a very sort of supportive person. You have a lot of power in your ability to support others, and I feel as though for a lot of you Libra, you need to really practice maybe doing that for yourself a little bit more as well, supporting yourself when you need it rather than just focusing on everyone around you. Okay, Libra's true power. How can Libra embrace their power, please? Power of Libra. Yeah, so we have the lily first and foremost. So that's that energy of looking towards the future, being very, it is a very emotionally intimate card as well. So once again, embracing emotion and being very empathetic toward others, and needing to be more empathetic towards yourself there as well. But understanding emotion in a way that what's going to serve in the long run, what works out in the long run, what doesn't work in the long run, and being able to adjust accordingly, help others adjust accordingly as well. We do have the tower, so you do have a strong, with the tower coming through, you do really have a strong foundation in the present to be able to move forwards in the future. So you definitely are, have a lot of power in building the foundation strong now, because you know that it's going to serve you well in the future, especially emotionally, that you are fortifying yourself and able to take time to yourself when necessary as well. Once again, I do feel that a couple of you do need to be reminded of that and remind yourselves of that. But you do have a lot of power in being able to do that, and building those foundations nice and firmly for yourself, so that you're walking into a clear future for yourself, which is definitely being supported by this key energy as well, Libra, that you have this ability to unlock any opportunity that you want for yourself. The key really is, it's like that master skeleton key where you have the power is in your hands, like quite literally. Here she's holding that key up, like, look at me, I've got the master key. I can get in anywhere. I can go into any room I want, and that's kind of like you, Libra, that you know that if you want a certain opportunity in your life, that you have the power to open that door for yourself, and that you have the power to walk through it, because you know that there's success for you on the other side of that. And so that's why we see you building these foundations really strong, because you've got this power to open up to these opportunities and have them come through for you, because you've laid the foundations strong. So it's kind of inevitable that these opportunities are going to happen for you. So you have a lot of power in that, Libra. That's beautiful. I really like that for you. So you are more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. Leave a comment and you will go in the draw for that free personal reading as well. But we'll move over to Scorpio. How are we, Scorpio? Starting off with your quotation, Scorpio's power. However many holy words you read, however many you speak, what good will they do if you do not act upon them? That's from the Dhammapada. Okay, so you have this power in being able to recognize that it doesn't matter what you say, it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter how much you research something, how much you say that you understand something, the theory versus the practice. I'm getting here, Scorpio, that you're like, you know what, I know that I can do all the theory in the world, but I put things into practice, it may work out completely different. And you're someone who's willing to sort of just jump into the action and get things done. That you are, when you've theorized enough and you're like, I've read it all, I know it all, the theory of it all, it's time for me to jump in and do this and try this. And you seem to be, an action taker here, and you have a lot of power in the actions that you take. And I feel like a lot of you probably do research them quite thoroughly, but then, that's not going to, you're not in this energy of just, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. No, you're like, okay, I'm going to do this. You learn how to do this, and then you do it. The action is what's coming through strongly there. Okay, Scorpio. Scorpio's true power. Scorpio's true power. How can Scorpio embrace their true power? Purpose. Purpose. Okay, you possess the determination and dedication to consciously demonstrate love. So once again, that's a very action-orientated energy. So, you have this purpose, this drive to take the actions, that the determination and dedication, it says, to, and consciously demonstrate that you can try. And because that's it, I feel like a lot of you probably make sure you research it enough to get it right the first time, but you're willing to try and try again if you need to, because the action, the purpose is there, the drive is there. I love that energy, Scorpio. That is a beautiful power for you to have, and don't ever lose that. I really appreciate someone who's willing to back themselves up like that. That, to me, I think that it shows the true nature of somebody, that they don't just talk the talk, but they actually are willing to try to walk the walk. Even if they haven't got a clue what they're doing, they're willing to try. And that's half the battle, right? A lot of people don't have that drive to even try in the first place. So I really love that energy, Scorpio. I'm a very big admirer of that. So don't ever lose your purpose and your drive and your action spirit. Okay, it's a good power to have, Scorpio. I'm feeling drawn to the Spider-Man saying again, with great power comes great responsibility. Okay, Scorpio. Scorpio's true power. How can Scorpio embrace their true power? I'm just getting that, if you are hesitant to take action, that, you never know until you go, until you actually try, you never know if you will succeed or fail. It's all in the trying, right? So yeah, we stirring up the energy here. You stir things up. You're an ideas person as well. So you've got some really great ideas, and you're willing to, try and put them into action as well. So definitely, yeah, I'm seeing a lot of heavy thinking energy here as well, that, the power of your own thoughts here, that you're very willing to, follow your own ideas and listen to your own thoughts and your own logic on things, which we are seeing with that stork energy, where you're stirring up these ideas within yourself, and you're ready to sort of put them into action. You have the birds here as well, which is a very, once again, it's a taking flight kind of energy. The stork is also a bird, of course. So that can talk about conversations. So you are also able to communicate clearly what you are trying to, the ideas that you have. You are able to communicate them clearly with yourself, and then transfer them into action, and that take flight energy. But that doesn't mean that you're not thinking them through very clearly. We have the clouds there as well. So you have a lot of power in the way that you think about things, and the way that you come up with ideas, and the way that you think about how communication should be, or the way that you think that you should communicate. You have a lot of logic and reason that you fall back on here. Sometimes the clouds can be a little bit of negative, like overthinking kind of energy, but I'm not really picking that up here, Scorpio. I'm just picking that up as, that is your strength. That is your power. You have this power within your own mind, and you know it. And you're willing to, come up with the ideas and then put them into action, think things through very, very clearly before you do put them into action, so that you, once again, you're someone that probably you've thought things through so well that you're able to do it the first time. But even if you can't, you are willing to step back, think it through. Why didn't this work? I'm going to try again. And so continue with the action, Scorpio. Continue with the action, okay? But you are more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. Do leave a comment so you can go in the draw for that free personal reading. Moving on to Sagittarius. Sagittarius, we'll get your quotation firstly here. Sagittarius, where is Sagittarius's power, please? Sagittarius's power. There are always risks in freedom. The only risk in bondage is that of breaking free. Okay, so that's by Gita Bellin. There's always a risk. There's always a risk. The only risk in bondage is breaking free. So, this is where your power is, that you're not allowing anything to, hold you captive, tie you down too much, to, keep you in bondage, because you're willing to take risks. And you have a lot of power in the ability to take the right risks and take risks. So if you're ever questioning yourself about, is this too risky? Like, you have a lot of power in being able to judge risk correctly and know which risks are right for you to take. Okay, that's one of your powers, is to take a risk. Okay, but we'll have a look here. Sagittarius's true power. How can Sagittarius embrace their true power? Discernment. Yes, so once again, like I was saying, you are able to judge which risks are worth your time. You are developing the skills to distinguish love from fear and truth from illusion. Okay, so this is your power of discernment. You have the skills to discern what's good for you, what's not good for you, what's going to hold you in bondage, what's going to keep you captive and tied down, and what is going to allow you to be free and take a risk on yourself and being free. So I do feel as though you have a lot of power here in knowing what direction is right for you, knowing which risks to take in order to, head towards love and truth rather than fear and illusion. You have a lot of power there, Sagittarius. But we'll have a look with the lenormand as well. Sagittarius's true power. Sagittarius's true power. How can Sagittarius embrace their power, please? See you very strong here, Sagittarius, standing very strong and firm. We have the bear and the tower both coming out. The bear is all about, standing strong and firm and tall, having strong boundaries, not allowing yourself to be bound or your boundaries overstepped, protecting yourself. You're able to protect yourself in a really good way here. You have built some very strong foundations within yourself. You also have this power here to go within and be a fortress all by yourself here. So especially with the bear backing that up, that that really turns that tower into like a fortress of solitude in some sort of way, so that you are able to go within and be this solid fortress where that's it. You're not crossing that boundary. I'm not going to let you cross that boundary. You're you'll back off and back away and withdraw from anyone that is trying to, you know, diminish your power or cross your boundaries or hold you in bondage. So I really love that for you, because you're ultimately, you have a lot of power in your independence and your own survival. The fox energy is all about your survival, okay? Doing whatever you need to do to make sure you survive, that you get what you need. This is a very independent, clever, intelligent energy. So you really have a lot of power here in yourself, Sagittarius. You are a very strong person. You are this impenetrable fortress. You are this bear that will rip someone's face off if they try to take advantage of you, you know, and you are this fox that will run away and scurry away into the darkness if someone, you know, tries to shine a light on you and in the wrong kind of way, because if you sense that that's going to affect your survival in this world, that you will not stand for that. You're able to see through that illusion. So never lose that power, Sagittarius. That is such a beautiful, strong power that you have. So, you know, never forget it. There's a lot of inner strength that comes from that. So never forget that, okay? It's very strong energy. It's actually quite interesting. I just want to share with you here, Sagittarius. I have these little tattoos on my fingers that I've done myself. This one here is the bear and this one here is the fox. Okay, so I also have the heart there as well. So, you know, we obviously, the heart is the heart, but the fox is, you know, your power, the power of your mind, and the bear is the power of your soul. Okay, so that's why I've got those tattoos there, because I've got, you know, the power of your heart, the power of your mind, and the power of your soul. So I just wanted to share that with you, because to me, I really love that energy, and it's something that you should, you know, feel very proud of yourself for, you know, that showing through as your true power, and make sure you're standing in that power and not allowing anyone to take advantage of that. Okay, so that's what we have for you, Sagittarius. You're more than welcome to check your other placements, but for now we will move on over to Capricorn. Just going to take a short break and then we'll get back into it. Okay, so moving on to Capricorn, starting off with your quotation, Capricorn. Perspective, use it or lose it. If you're turned to this page, you're forgetting that what is going on around you is not reality. Think about that. Okay, so that is by Richard Bach from Illusions. Okay, so use it or lose it. Perspective. What is going on around you is not reality. It's a deep one, Capricorn. Okay, so we'll have a look here with the cards as well. So Capricorn, straight away, that tells me that you have power in that which is not necessarily reality, okay? Whatever that means to you personally, seeing through the matrix, all that sort of stuff. Let's have a look here, Capricorn. Capricorn's true power. How can Capricorn embrace their true power? Capricorn's true power, please. Ownership. You acknowledge your misdeeds and accomplishments alike and learn to love them all as lessons. So once again, that's playing very much into that, you know, reality is just what is around you. That's just what it looks like. You know, but you're very willing to stand up and take responsibility, take ownership for your actions, your behaviors, all that sort of stuff, because you know that that's just part of your spiritual path here, that, you know, it's part of your lessons that you need to learn, and you're willing to learn the lessons. So you have a lot of power in your ability to learn. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm getting here, that your power is all about learning and lessons and your perspective of, you know, of things that happen to you during your lifetime. And you know, are you going to just sit and dwell on that thing happening, or are you going to, you know, take ownership of that and learn the lessons that come with it, which, you know, you have a lot of power in that, Capricorn. Capricorn's true power. How can Capricorn embrace their power? The power of the mind, Capricorn. Reality is what you make it. Perspective. Okay, you're very logical and rational with the thoughts card here, the clouds coming through. You know, that's all about the way that you think about things. That you know that you can manifest your own reality, that the power is within your mind to create the reality that however you want it to look for yourself. You know, you're learning those lessons as we saw, and you're creating the reality. It's kind of like if you can dream it, you can be it. That's what I'm getting here. That you have a lot of power of manifestation from, you know, the way that you think about things, the way that you overthink about things, maybe a little bit too. You know, but the thoughts card, it sometimes is a more negative card that does talk about overthinking and you know, clouded judgment. But I feel for you, Capricorn, the only thing that clouds your judgment is the reality. That you know, it's that perspective once again, where you're, if you look deeper than reality and put your thoughts to, you know, looking a little bit deeper and learning the lessons, that you really can control your thoughts in a way that, you know, furthers you a lot here. You have a lot of strength coming from your own mind, you know, a lot of power in the way that you think about things and the way that you, you know, create from your thoughts. We also see the ring card. Okay, so this is all about cycles and relationships. So, you know, your relationship with the way that you think about things, your relationship with the world, your that perspective, once again, that your relationship and how you look at your relationship with others and within your place in the world, and all those sorts of things, that you're able to learn your lessons from the cycles that you have seen in your life, and you're able to, you know, I didn't like that cycle, I'm going to break that cycle. I choose to break that cycle. And, you know, once again, you think it, you can do it kind of energy there. We also have the house coming through, Capricorn. A lot of stability and security, which, you know, typical Capricorn trait, that one. But, you know, it's once again that you have this power from within your own bubble, the power of your own, you know, because home is where the heart is, right? And a lot of the time in the imagery for the house, I see, you know, you are the house. You are nice and solid. You have so many different rooms within yourself, and you have taken ownership. You know, once again, we see ownership is another keyword with the house as well. So you've taken ownership of everything that you are, and the more that you take ownership of all the rooms within you, the more you learning those lessons, and you're keeping yourself solid and secure and stable. So very, you know, you have a lot of power in your security and your stability. There's a lot of power for you in the greater world, you know, coming from the security that you feel just within yourself, and your own sense of independence, and taking ownership of your actions and your words and whatnot as well, your thoughts especially here, taking ownership of, yes, I've been through that cycle, yes, I did this, I did that, taking control and ownership of, you know, the cycles that you've been in with relationships, and, you know, that, you know, the role that you play in relationships, and the stable voice that you provide within those relationships. There's a lot of power for you coming from all that there as well, Capricorn. So, you know, very, very kind of typical Capricorn, you know, but you know, it's really showing that as a whole, you as a whole here, and taking ownership of yourself, providing you with so much power and strength in the greater world, in this ability to, you know, create whatever you think of here. So once again, manifesting whatever you kind of want here, Capricorn, especially when it comes to, you know, relationships and cycles, and and anything that involves stability and security for yourself. You have a lot of you yourself, very independent, have a big role to play in controlling your own self, which you have a lot of power and strength that comes from that. Okay, so, you are more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. Leave a comment if you want to go in the draw for that free personal reading. And we'll move over to Aquarius. Okay, Aquarius, starting off with your quote. Aquarius, looking for Aquarius's power. Let there be more joy and laughter in your living. Okay, so that's by Eileen Caddy. God spoke to me. Let there be more joy and laughter in your living. So that's where your power really comes from, is that you do let your joy shine through, and you do laugh and experience in a very playful way. So if you restrain yourself, Aquarius, let that playful energy come on through, because that's truly powerful for you to express yourself and express yourself in a joyful, laughing kind of energy. I'm kind of seeing this laughing at your mistakes as well. There's a lot of power for you in that. Sometimes it's a bit on the nose, but there is a lot of power for you coming from being able to laugh at your own mistakes and laugh at yourself. Okay, there's a lot of power for you in that. It's just that playfulness and joyfulness of life and enjoying life in general. But Aquarius's true power, please. How can Aquarius embrace their power? Trust. You have a strong connection to your soul's loving voice and have faith in your intuition. Okay, so, in a very playful way, trusting yourself, trusting that, even if you're laughing at things that, deep down that that's actually a powerful energy for you to be playful and joyous and have fun, that you trust that, even when things look really bad, that there's still laughter in the world, and that your intuition is going to guide you to, the best spot for yourself there, where you can, experience more joyfulness. Okay, but we'll have a look with the lenormand as well. Aquarius's true power. How can Aquarius embrace their power? I love that. Your own card has come on out here, Aquarius. That's the stars. I'm pretty sure that's you. Definitely you, Aquarius. I just wanted to check my list there. But yes, that is your card, Aquarius. So, once again, it's having that hope, having that optimism, that sense of joyfulness within yourself, knowing that if you want to wish upon a star, to other people it may seem silly and childish to be wishing on stars, but that if you put a wish out there in the universe, that if you embrace that and are playful with that sort of energy, that it will come for you, that your dreams can be fulfilled, that there's a reason for you to have hope and optimism in the world. So really strengthen your power in your hope and your optimism, and knowing that your wishes will be fulfilled for yourself here. Trust your intuition is guiding you towards all your dreams and desires. All right. We also have the house here. So there's a lot of stability and security for you. You have a lot of power backing you up in this energy, that you are, a house upon yourself, that you have, you don't waver. There's a lot of strength for you in not wavering from that hope, that optimism, and trusting in yourself. And there's a lot of strength, and you can sort of find inner stability by being optimistic and playful with the world, enjoying life. it really helps you find you're stable and secure for you. You're secure in that energy. And, to be secure in one's own energy is beautiful. And we really do see you embracing yourself here. You really are embracing yourself and trusting in yourself and your own intuition, which is, where your true power is coming from here, Aquarius, and leading you to happiness. All right. We have the sun as well. So, that does show you that, anything that affects your security or your sense of joy, you bring it to the surface, you bring it to light, and you change it, when you need to. You seek happiness, and you are constantly, trying to keep things, bright and happy and optimistic and playful and joyful. And that's where your true power comes, is in your own happiness. The happier you are within yourself, and the happier you are and optimistic you are, and knowing that you're following your own intuition, the stronger you are. Okay, that's your true power, Aquarius. It's coming through pretty straightforward for you, but you are more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. Leave a comment and you'll go in the draw for that free personal reading as well. But we'll move on to Pisces. Okay, Pisces. Starting off with your quotation, Pisces. Looking for Pisces power. Okay, a soul without a high aim is like a ship without a rudder. Okay, so that's by Eileen Caddy from The Dawn of Change. A soul without a high aim is like a ship without a rudder. So, you know that if you don't have dreams and desires and goals, that you are going to be sort of lost in the sea of emotions. So you always, you have a lot of power within yourself in being able to, create goals for yourself. Especially, I'm getting emotional goals for yourself. That if you have an emotional goal for yourself, that steers you in the right direction here, and that you have a high expectations for yourself, and you have a lot of power from that, from reaching for the stars, from aiming big and dreaming big. There's a lot of power from that, and the bigger that you dream, the bigger the resolution, and the bigger the incoming energy comes straight back at you. Okay, but Pisces true power. How can Pisces embrace their power? Responsibility. With great power comes great responsibility, Pisces. So you have high expectations, but you also have the power of, you are aware of the power of your thoughts and the amount of love that you express. So, that says the word power in that as well. With great power comes great responsibility. So you are very aware that no matter how high your expectations, that, you are willing to express the same amount of love and, thinking things through as what you're expecting others to. You're willing to, lay it all on the line, and you kind of expect others to as well. So your expectations are not high. If you're reaching your own expectations, they're not too high to put on somebody else. You know what I mean? Like you're kind of saying, I dream life can be like this for me. And so I expect you to dream your life as big as you can dream as well, which totally fair. I'm not going to lie. I really like that, Pisces. Pisces true power. How can Pisces embrace their true power, please? Okay, we have two of the communication cards coming through first. So we have the birds there, as well as the letter. Okay, so, we do see a high expectation with communication coming through here as well. That you feel that you communicate clearly in a certain way, that you take on the responsibility of communication. Especially, I keep getting that it's very emotional for you here. That you want to express your thoughts and your emotions in a very clear way, and that you express love very sort of. You communicate that in different ways, and you expect others to communicate that to you in return, which, once again, totally fair. You have a lot of power in. I'm also feeling here too that, it's kind of that be careful of your words as well, Pisces, because you have a lot more power than you realize with the way that you talk to people, with the way that you express yourself to people. Certain people are not going to react to that well. That's just the nature of humanity, right? But other people, the people that are supposed to be in your life, they're going to react really well to that. But even with those people, you still maybe have moments where it feels a little bit misunderstood. Is I want to say here that you have a lot of power in the way that you communicate. You don't realize how much impact your words have on others. Okay, so just be aware of that, Pisces. I feel like that you may say things sometimes, and you're not expressing where you're coming from. You are trying to express something lovingly, but other people don't necessarily meet the same expectations of the way that things are communicated, and they don't actually because you, Pisces, are very like intuitive and spiritual, and other people are not. Okay, and so other people may not read the intention of your communication as clearly as you're trying to portray it. Okay, so just be aware of that. I feel as though that's just a bit of a side note there, Pisces, that some people just don't understand that. But you yourself, you have a lot of power in the way that you interact with others, the way that you communicate with others, that your words do hold a lot of power. Other people, may really take your advice literally, even if you're not meaning it literally. Other people, really take it to heart. So just be aware of that, okay? But you also have a really strong responsibility here, this sense of responsibility and this power of the way that you think about communication with yourself as well, because I do see the tower coming through for you as well. So I am getting this indication here, Pisces, that the way that you communicate to yourself, especially when it comes to having those deep and meaningful conversations with yourself about past things, and the way that you've dealt with things in the past, and the way that you've processed in the past, and the way that things in the past have affected you and affected the way that you carry on from here on out, sort of thing. There's a lot of power for you coming from expressing the past to yourself, and looking at the past. There's also a lot of power for you in taking time to yourself to really clearly think things through for yourself. So if you are having moments of where you're struggling a little bit, you do need to take a bit of time in solitude, if you're not already, to really work through and have those big, deep and meaningfuls with yourself as well, communicating clearly to yourself as well. We also do see, though, that you are communicating very clearly, strong foundations, that you're really trying to, you communicate very clearly and express love in wanting to create strong foundations, that you understand that when we're talking about those expectations, you really are willing to express how to strongly build the foundation that leads to those expectations being filled. So, you do try to lay the foundations nice and strong in order to have those expectations fulfilled. So, I feel like here, Pisces, give a lot more credit to yourself than what you currently are. With those communication cards and the solitude there, maybe even take some time to yourself, now-ish, to really, commend yourself and communicate with yourself how good how strong the foundations you've laid for yourself are, because you have a lot of power here, and you're like a big strong fortress all by yourself, and you're able to communicate strongly with yourself and within yourself to be able to fortify yourself and make yourself even stronger and more likely to hit those expectations here. So, I feel as though you, Pisces, do not give yourself enough credit, and you're not communicating with yourself enough about, and not creating stronger foundations with self-affirmation. All right. Just once again, another bit of a side note there, that you do have, with great power comes great responsibility, Pisces. I'll say it again. One of those responsibilities is to yourself, okay, to build that foundation strong with yourself as well, not just with others, not just with communication and expressing yourself, but with your actual self, expressing yourself to yourself. Okay, so bit of homework for you there, Pisces. Go and have a bit of a D&M with yourself on how you can strengthen your positive affirmation to yourself. Okay. But you are more than welcome to check your other placements, of course, and leave a comment so you can go in the draw for that free personal reading. And hopefully I will see you all again very soon.